On Monday, January 26th, the Lady Vols are headed to face the Lady Rebels of Ole Miss. This is looking like it's going to be a pretty wild game. It's going to be at the Sandy and John Black Pavilion in Oxford. And these two teams are fascinating. Currently, Lady Vols are tied with the Volunteers, or the Lady Vols are tied with the Vandy Commodores at the top, the very tippy top of the SEC. Neither team have lost in SEC play. Now, Lady Vols are currently sitting at 17. They're 14-3. Ole Miss is at number 18. They're 17-4. Now, I'm saying this, they just beat Mizzou, but they got beat by Georgia. Texas, number 2 at the time, beat them by 3 points. They got beat really handily by number 24 Michigan State, and Kansas State beat them by one point. So this is a team that, you'll let McPhee-McCuin is got at a pretty good pace. I mean, they're definitely looking like they're an NCAA tournament team. Kim Caldwell has gotten this team where the then number 9 NC State beat the Lady Vols by 3. UCLA, who at the time was number 3, beat them 99-77. That was a really convincing loss. And number 16 at the time, Louisville, beat them 89-65. But since it's gotten into SEC play, they beat Florida, Auburn, Mississippi State, Arkansas, beat Alabama by 11, and just beat Kentucky at home by 2 points. Now, let me tell you something. As a Tennessee fan, yes, I did think that Kentucky would be able to beat them, but, well, turned out that Lady Vols surprised me, and I am loving that surprise. The Lady Vols have been doing some pretty amazing things later in the season. Tim Caldwell had said that those losses earlier on in the season, it was because they were preparing to go into SEC play. Now, I love me some Lady Vols. I really do. And the Ole Miss Rebels, they're playing some exciting basketball as well. Both of these teams are top 25 teams, deservedly so. Both of these teams deserve to be headed to the NCAA tournament. Both these teams, unless one of them melts down, both of these teams are showing that they deserve to win. But I honestly believe that Kim Caldwell and her Lady Vols are a little bit hungrier. Now, there's still some tough games between now and the end of the season for both teams. I'm looking at these two teams, and they're really good teams. They really are. Now, I think that Tennessee Lady Vols are doing a better job at keeping their players rested, allowing them to get a little bit more breathing room. But hey, Yolette McPhee-McCuin is somebody who knows what she's doing. She's gotten her teams into the Sweet 16, has been the runner-up in the WNIT. This is somebody who knows how to make a winning team. So Kim Caldwell got a tough game ahead of him. So let's look at this game by the numbers. This is how I look at games, by the numbers. So let's get into it. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is
play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it.
Now, Lady Vols are scoring on average 79.4 points a game. They're allowing 60.2 points against them. They're at 42% from field goal range. A little low. Could be a little bit better. 42.7 rebounds, not bad. 14.7 assists. They're playing as a team. 4.5 blocks. That's a little low. I'm sorry if people, I think that's a little low. 11.9 steals, which is good numbers. Now, lead scorers Talisha Cooper, who is also leading in assists, leading in steals, is at 14.4 points a game, averaging 24.9 minutes a game, 5.7 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 3.4 steals, 0.4 blocks, 2.6 turnovers high, 42.3% from field goal range, a little low, but okay, 64% free throw percentage, and 32.6 3-point percentage. Her shooting percentages could be a little bit higher, in my opinion. Now, Shania Barker, second leading scorer, 14.3 points, 6.9 blocks, or 6.9 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.2 steals, 1 block a game, 2.6 turnovers, another high one, 47% field goal percentage, getting a little bit better, 71.4 free throw percentage, 31.1 3-point percentage. Mia Paldo, 12.1 points a game, 2.6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.3 steals, not getting any blocks, 1.2 turnover. I like that a little bit better. 40.4 field goal percentage. I'm not liking that number. 90% free throw percentage and 33.3 3-point percentage. Now, Z Spearman, who leads in rebounds, leads in blocks, 11.3 points a game, 6.9 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 0.9 steals, 1.5 blocks, 2.7 turnovers, 39.5 field goal percentage, 57.6 free throw percentage, and 26.5 3-point percentage. Now let me tell you something. I'm looking at these 41.7 field goal percentage, a little low, but it's acceptable because of winning. 66.2 free throw percentage, but 30.4 3-point percentage. Some basics need to be taught, but they're doing what they need to do to win games. They've got an okay defense. I think they could be blocking a little bit better. But, at this point, you can't really getting them going in the basics. You can, but I don't know. But listen to this. The person that's on the court the most is Z Spearman, 431 minutes so far this season. She's averaging 25.4 minutes a game. That's not bad at all. Talisha Cooper is at 399. Like I said, she's at 24.9 minutes a game. Mia Paldo's at 394 minutes for the season, 23.2 minutes a game. So they're resting their players. The players are not having to be on the court as long. They've got one guard, Kaya Wynn, who's not been really getting that much time. She's got 48 minutes this season. But you've got a high of 431. A lot of people around 300. And a few at 200 and a few others at 100 minutes a game. This season. This is a team that is balancing themselves out. You're not having to worry about them getting worn out and they're wearing down the other team. So, let's get to Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss is averaging 78.3 points a game, only allowing 56.6 points a game. They're at 45% field goal percentage. They're doing a little bit better on looking like they're doing a little bit better on defense, doing a little bit better on the shooting. 40.8 rebounds, a little bit worse. 15 assists, right about the same. They're getting 5.1 blocks, a little bit better, but not much. And they're only getting 9 steals. So they're averaging about 3 less steals a game. Now, Cody McMahon, who's averaging 29.6 minutes a game, is at 19.4 points, 5.9 rebounds. She leads in points, leads in assists, 2.7 assists a game, 1.2 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks, 2.5 turnovers, a little high, 48.4 field goal percentage. Now, she's doing good in the field goal area, 65.6 free throw percentage, a little low, and 27.3 3-point percentage. That is low. Christine Iwa, 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 sorry, redneck tongue, Iwuala is at 27.4 minutes a game, 13.8 points, 8.2 rebounds. So she's leading in rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.1 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks. For a forward, you should be getting more blocks, but both of them should be. Um, 2.2 turnovers, a little high, 58.7 field goal percentage. That's really good numbers. 67.9 free throw percentage, but can't hit anything beyond the 3-point arc hardly. Letitia Lattimore, who is leading in blocks, is sitting there at 25.8 minutes a game, 10.2 points a game, 6.1 rebounds, 1 assist a game, zero point 0.5 steals, 2.1 blocks, 2 turnovers a game, 49.7 field goal percentage, really good numbers, 68.2 free throw percentage, and 24% 3-point percentage. Now, Stira Theanu, who leads in steals, is at 9.2 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 1.9 steals, zero point 0.4 blocks, 1.1 turnover, 36.8 field goal percentage, 82.5% from the free throw line, 27.3 from the 3-point line. I'm looking at this 27.2 field goal percentage or 3-point percentage. A little bit worse than Tennessee's. 44.7 field goal percentage is better. So they're doing a little bit better there. And 72.1 free throw percentage, a little bit better there. But listen to this. They have 2 players, Cody McMahon and Sierra Theanu, who are over 600 minutes in the season. Christine Iwuala, I, I'm sorry about mispronouncing the last name. Bad, my redneck tongue gets. Letitia Lattimore, Debrecia Powell are all sitting at over 500 minutes a game. You've got a player here that's at 45 minutes, and yet you've got these players. Now, mind you, it's one of the backup centers that's hardly playing. You're focusing on keeping your forwards out there because that's your offense, but your guards aren't getting the points that they should. Your assist, even I mean your guard, Sarah Dianu is leading in assists, but it's hardly anything. There is some teamwork, but really not much. Steals not bad, but you're not blocking to balance that out with it being a little bit lower. Good team though. I mean, they're winning. Don't get me wrong, they're winning, but they're wearing out their players. Cody McMahon, Christine Iwuala, Letitia Lattimore, and Sarah Theanu, and Debrecia Powell have got to be feeling. When they're on the court that much, and you've got others that are sitting there in almost single digit, well, are sitting there at single digits in the game, you're wearing out your players. Now, okay, Ole Miss is going to be at home for this game. These two teams are pretty closely aligned when it comes to most stats. But Tennessee's players are far more rested. You can play certain players that are doing good in this game if they, others aren't performing. If you're the Lady Vols, Tennessee's got a rusted advantage in this game. It's getting to that point. You got a month and a half left. You got less than a month and a half left. And Ole Miss is getting, their key players are getting worn out. Now, never mind. Let's throw in the fact that you also have to realize this is at Ole Miss. It's in Oxford. There's going to be a lot of fan support there. Why? Because Ole Miss Rebel fans are amazing. I will always say that. I think they've got one of the best tailgating traditions where you have women coming out there and everything for football anyway, out onto the yard and it's not some rowdy bunch of beer drink. No, Hottie Toddy is very real and it's a very genteel tradition. I love that. I don't have a problem with Ole Miss. Okay, I am a little upset with them over David Cutcliffe, but we're not going to get into that. This is a good team, but I honestly believe that my Lady Vols can win this game. Now, I didn't say that last game. I'll admit to it. I love my Lady Vols. I do. But I just didn't see it because of how Kentucky had been performing. And for them to have beaten Kentucky, you have no idea how much I love that. I love it when Tennessee, in any sport, beats Kentucky. So, I'm looking at this team. They got a lot in front of them. They are making sure that the stars are able to get some rest. You're not having to rely on any one player. You're relying on a team effort. Kim Caldwell is running them hard, but at the same time is making sure that they are balanced. And it's been showing. Ole Miss hasn't got that advantage. That's a sad part of all this. Ole Miss is having to rely on specific players and not resting them enough. I think that's where this is going to come. It's been a long season already, and there's going to be a lot of fighting that's involved. I really do think that this will be the Lady Vols winning this game. Am I thinking that it's going to be an easy game for the Lady Vols to win? By no means. The Lady Rebels are a great team. Both of these teams, I said earlier, belong in the NCAA championship run. I don't think either one of them will get it, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about Tennessee so far this season, and we'll admit to it. Lady Rebels are amazing. They are. But so are my Lady Vols. And so this will probably be a close one because both these are fighting teams. It's getting close there towards the end. But I think the simple fact of Kim Caldwell's got the better plan going for the season. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
Hey, that's my video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And comment. Don't forget that either. Hey, this has been Paul with
Artlist.io.
Redneck Thinker Media. I do sports, I do politics. Hit like, subscribe. And y'all, this has been Paul. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.